today. From Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Miami Dolphins versus Kyler Murray and the Buffalo Bills.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. Former Heisman winner leading them out, the two-time Pro Bowler in his first 3 seasons, the electric Kyler Murray.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They run with a second-round pick from Iowa State. This is Breece Hall. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. But taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 22 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
Hall again on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Murray now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Play action. Now it's Murray. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Open man here is Conklin. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. Distance wasn't the problem, but he did need some help from the right upright, and he got it. A little kiss and in.
Yeah, unfortunately caught on the inside of the upright, and that pushed it through. This isn't like a baseball foul pole where you hit any part of it and it counts. It's got to go through the post. If he hits it on the outside, That's no good.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They're led out by the fourth-year man out of Duke, and that's Daniel Jones.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. There's Chris Olave. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Jones. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. The Dolphins at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Jones now going to throw on 3rd and goal. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Chris Olave, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly. And into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 33 yards that time.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is. Touchdown! Elijah Moore. 27 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Gano now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. And now out come the Bills. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. 7 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bolton. And the Dolphins are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. after one, a 14-3 ball game. Now Jones throwing to start the drive. And this is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
To throw again on second down. Jones to the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 27, Jones. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. The pass caught by Olave. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. There to make the grab as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think we'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Throwing on first down is Murray, eluding the pressure right. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Throwing again on second down, Murray. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fielded at the 20. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That good for 19 and a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Jones on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw here on target to Hurst. He's got room at the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Here's Jones on first and 10. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. To throw again, Jones. He completes it to Olave. Touchdown, Dolphins. Chris Olave, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. Gano for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Hall ought to give up the middle. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls. Mike 18, Mike 18.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. On the move past the 40. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this 1st half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 21. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Jones now throwing on 1st down, being chased out left. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw. Jones flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point try good by Gano. And the rout is on here in this 1st half. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Eagles come to the line to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before half from Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we go up to Orlando. No break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Now Jones on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. On first and 10, it's Hall. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Second down and 3. On play action, it's Murray. And he'll find Hall. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Back to the ground with Hall. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Murray going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Odell Beckham with career touchdown number 60. And the Bills get a bit closer. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. On second down, a run with Herbert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Jones on 1st and 10. Tries the left side and finds Olave. Touchdown! Chris Olave, 52 yards. And the Dolphins just continue to roll.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Gano the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Murray now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On the counter, it's Hall. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Throwing now is Murray. And it's a fumble, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talent, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Jones. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Watch 18. 18's the mic. Hey, here we go. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Arc 70, 79 Bronco.
Back to throw. Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Cook will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog, Azeez Ojulari getting in there to bring him down. The Bills on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Eluding the pressure. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point try, good by Gano. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The Bills getting set to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray, and this one complete to Smith. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Murray. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Looking to throw. Jones.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. That's on the guard, David Edwards.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Jones. He'll rifle this one deep right side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Murray now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
To throw is Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Jones, throw caught by Olave. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
This one taken in by Olave.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Jones. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defense. Side of the ball, and unfortunately there it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. To throw, it's Murray. There's Hall bringing in another one. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, and here's Murray. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 26. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Miami, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to